Mr. Vipin Sani, the director, motivator, and all in all of the Sunshine Education and Development Society.
Excuse me.
And just as one more saying, other distinguished guests who are on the dais, distinguished invitees, members of the faculties, and dear students. I feel extremely privileged and delighted to be here on the seminar organized by this Delhi Metropolitan Education on human rights issues. Just as Manwar Singh's speech showed that a series of issues were discussed, the tribal issues, the gender issues, border labor, and series of issues discussed. As per 12H of the Human Rights Protection Act, it is our National Human Rights Commission's duty to disseminate the knowledge of human rights to the public and to make them aware of the basic rights available in the human rights and how to enforce these rights. And part of our work is being done by the universities. We are in collaboration with a series of universities. Last year itself we conducted about 113 seminars and discussions with the help of various universities, apart from the other seminars organized by the other well-wishers. Conor Getty, who made 2005 Hamilton Law lectures, your law students must be aware of the famous Hamilton Law lectures. It was on human rights issue. He said that the socialism to some extent failed, the communism failed, and the human rights is the only one thing which is surviving and so vibrant in the new era. And the human rights issues, and in a country like India, we have got all types of human rights violations, and National Human Rights Commission is, though in all India jurisdiction, we get large number of complaints, and it is difficult for us to handle all these complaints. Then illegal detention, torture, but we are more concerned with the thematic issues. What are the human rights, bonded labor, child labor, right to education, right to food, health, sanitation, manual scavenging, bonded labor, child labor. All these issues are various aspects are there. So we have adopted, National Human Rights Commission has adopted 25 districts, the most backward districts in India. So our special rapporteur members go there and we supervise how the education system is there, working there, how the ICDC program, the Integrated Child Development Programs, ICDC program, how it works, NRHM programs, the National Rural Health Ministry, these programs, then NREGA, all these programs, whether it is really helping the people. We don't have the power to issue rates of Madam Seshirari or other thing. It's a recommendatory body. But fortunately, about 99% of the recommendations are complied with by the authorities, and some of the private individuals who are indirectly affected by the orders have gone to the court. And so almost all the recommendations of the National Human Rights Commissions are implemented. And we are concerned with the civil and political rights of the people, the first generation right, as you said, after the passing of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. UN has passed series of conventions, Convention on Civil and Political Rights, Convention UN Convention on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights. So the second generation, we are also concerned with the economic, social and cultural rights of the people. How it could be effectively implemented. And these conventions have been accepted by India, ratified by the India, and we have also accepted the protocol. Many of the UN conventions we are accepted, but we are not fully accepted the protocol. Protocol, once we accept the protocol, that means we a country has got a obligation to do certain things. But most of the things are, for example, SEDA is all forms of the UN Convention on Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women. That is SEDA. We accepted the protocol. We have to give the country report once in 2 years to the UN Human Rights Council. Then the report will be discussed, and the National Human Rights Commission has to give a report. The government has to give its report. Some of these amendments have been made, effective amendment. We have 370, 370A of the Indian Penal Code. We bodily lifted the UN Convention on Trafficking. The trafficking of human is made serious. The amendment, which I also could not agree, the very drastic punishment has been minimum 7 years punishment, 10 years punishment, then life imprisonment, and the life imprisonment is further clarified that for the rest of the remainder of the natural end of the life, one has to be in jail. For traffic in 370, they define the 370 itself is defined on the basis of the UN Convention. There is traffic in transport, harbors, any person for the purpose of exploitation. Exploitation also has been well defined in the 370 based on the UN Convention. So many of the UN conventions we have incorporated in the law.